Chelsea have a big problem ahead of next season's Champions League. Having already been hit with a £27 million UEFA fine, they now face an even more painful sanction: a ban on registering new players for their Champions League squad unless their transfer balance is positive. What does that mean? Every purchase must be paid for with player sales. And this is where Đorđe Petrovic's name comes into the picture. The 25-year-old Serbian goalkeeper is the quickest solution to save Chelsea from their financial crisis. Bought for £14 million, he is now on the radar of Sunderland, who are ready to buy him for £30 million. A net profit that Chelsea desperately need to complete the registration of new names such as João Pedro and Jamie Bino Gittens before the September 2 deadline. The Times report even asserts the Club World Cup bonus will not save Chelsea from UEFA's calculations. Only player sales are counted. So selling Petrovic is a logical and strategic step. In the midst of the difficulty of selling players with big salaries like João Felix or Sterling, selling a potential young goalkeeper like Petrovic is the most realistic option. In your opinion, is selling Petrovic the best move for Chelsea now? Chelsea are not satisfied with their player shopping. After João Pedro's debut in the Club World Cup, now the Blues' radar is active again, heading to Italy. And the target this time is not just any name, but Giorgio Scalvini, the young Atalanta defender who is said to be the next Alessandro Nesta. In the midst of preparations for the semi-final against Fluminense, which will see Chelsea face their former captain Thiago Silva, the club have been busy at the transfer table. Caught Offside can confirm that Chelsea and Manchester United are both interested in Scalvini, who is currently valued at around 51 million. The 20-year-old has made over 100 appearances for Atalanta, and interest from Premier League sides, including Newcastle and Tottenham, is a testament to his potential. It's not just England. Juventus, Napoli, and Inter Milan are also watching. But with Enzo Maresca's financial strength and ambitious project, Chelsea have a great chance of snagging Scalvini, especially if they can make it to the final and take home the Club World Cup trophy. Do you think Chelsea should spend 51 mil on Scalvini now? One hot moment colored Chelsea's victory over Palmeiras in the Club World Cup quarter-finals. That was the heated clash between Marc Cucurella and his future teammate ESTêVão Willian. The young Brazilian who will soon wear the Chelsea uniform was brilliant, even scoring an extraordinary goal against Robert Sanchez from an almost impossible angle. But the spotlight did not stop there. ESTêVão and Cucurella were seen at odds several times on the field, going head-to-head in hard-fought duels. But after the match, the tension turned into praise. Cucurella finally spoke up and praised the wonder kid. "He's a very talented player. We'll help him develop at Chelsea," said the Spanish defender. Even so, fans' doubts still arose. The reason is, ESTêVão had revealed that his dream was to play in Spain in the future. A statement that disappointed some Chelsea supporters, considering the club had been waiting for more than a year for his arrival. But at least for now, ESTêVão has a long-term contract and is ready to start a new chapter at Stamford Bridge next season. With his incredible talent and high mentality, can ESTêVão meet the expectations and win the hearts of Chelsea fans? Do you think ESTêVão can become a new icon at Stamford Bridge? The hot transfer between the two London rivals is getting closer to reality. Nani Maduaki, the young winger who is predicted to be Chelsea's future asset, is now getting closer to the Emirates Stadium. And it's not just a rumor. Arsenal have reportedly reached a personal agreement with the player and are ready to make a formal offer in the near future. According to an exclusive report from Football Insider, Mikel Arteta has prepared a specific role for Maduaki. Although the right-wing position is still dominated by Saka, the plan is Maduaki can be a rotation weapon on the left or a flexible option in the Gunners' offensive formation. Meanwhile, on the Chelsea side, Enzo Maresca is said to be starting to doubt Madueke's attitude and consistency, and is ready to let him go if the price is right. With a squad full of new young players such as João Pedro and Jamie Gittens, Chelsea need balance and stability, and Madueke doesn't seem to be part of Maresca's long-term vision. What does it mean? The Blues are getting more pragmatic and Arsenal are getting bolder. Former senior scout Mick Brown even asserted, "This is an ideal transfer for all parties, just waiting for the official negotiations." Will Madueke be Arteta's secret weapon next season, or will it backfire on Chelsea? In your opinion, was releasing Madueke to Arsenal a bold decision or a big blunder from Chelsea?
From the English kid who dared to travel to Germany during the pandemic, Jamie Gittens has now returned as a man and is ready to conquer the Premier League with Chelsea. His £48.5 million move from Borussia Dortmund has finally been confirmed, and the winger has sent a clear message: "I'm coming back as a man, not a kid anymore." In an emotional interview with the club's official website, Gittens detailed his bittersweet journey since leaving Manchester City for Dortmund. Isolated during lockdown, without a game for almost 2 years, then hit by injuries, Gittens admits he was devastated. But behind the solitude and FaceTime with his family, he grew. "I learned to be patient, to keep working even when I didn't see the results," he said. And the results? Fantastic. 17 goals, 14 assists in 107 games for Dortmund, proving he's no ordinary talent. Now Gittens is part of Enzo Maresca's revolution at Chelsea, joining João Pedro and Liam Delap, 3 young stars who are set to change the face of the Blues. Chelsea don't just buy players, they buy characters. And Gittens isn't here to learn, but to compete straight away at the highest level. After everything he's been through, one thing is for sure, Jamie Gittens is no longer an academy kid. He's ready to be Stamford Bridge's new weapon. Do you think Gittens can make an immediate impact at Chelsea this season?
One by one, Chelsea players are starting to look for a way out. And this time, it's Axel Disasi's turn to be on the transfer market's hot radar. Villarreal are reportedly actively negotiating to bring in the French defender, while Chelsea have set a price of around 30 million euros. Disasi has indeed not been given a main place under Enzo Maresca. After half a season of unconvincing performances at Stamford Bridge, he was loaned to Aston Villa, but ironically, he actually got less playing time. Even so, his performance in the Premier League has still attracted the attention of several top European clubs. According to RMC Sport, Villarreal are in intensive communication with Dasi. However, with 4 years left on his contract and a high salary, this transfer is not an easy thing. Newcastle are also monitoring the situation, and several Italian clubs are said to be ready to enter the competition. Chelsea themselves need fresh income to balance their financial balance sheets ahead of the new season and meet UEFA regulations. Selling Dasi could be a solution, especially since their stock of center backs is quite deep. If this transfer is realized, Chelsea will reduce the salary burden while opening up space for potential new recruits in the defense line. Meanwhile, Villarreal has the opportunity to get an experienced European defender at a relatively reasonable price. Do you think releasing Dasi at that price is a smart decision from Chelsea?
The João Felix drama continues, and this time it's more emotional than ever. After previously calling Chelsea his home, the Portuguese star has now expressed his desire to return to Benfica, the club that made his name. But the problem is, his old home may not be willing to welcome him back. In an exclusive interview with CMTV, Felix said loudly, "Benfica is my home. If I could go back now, I would be happy." The statement was clearly intended as a strong signal to Benfica management and coach Bruno Lage, the figure who had previously launched him until he was recruited by Atletico Madrid for 127 million euros. However, since rejoining Chelsea permanently last year, Felix's career has actually declined sharply. Loaned to AC Milan without making much of an impression, then returning to London only to be dropped from the club World Cup squad without a jersey number. Alienated and not included in Maresca's plans, Felix is now looking for an escape. But Benfica are not immediately tempted. Bruno Lage was emphatic. "We have the desire, but we also have to be realistic. In terms of wages and transfer fees, João has to understand our situation." Felix's wages at Chelsea are £65,000 a week, a figure that would make him Benfica's second most expensive player, a burden they may not be able to afford. Now Felix finds himself at a crossroads in his career. Too expensive to return, but unwanted at his current club. And the public is left wondering, is this the end of João Felix's elite career at the highest level?
Arsenal have made another breakthrough in the transfer market. After officially securing Kepa and Martin Zubamendi, now 2 big names have immediately emerged: Rodrigo Goes and Noni Madueke. And according to Fabrizio Romano, the situation is getting hotter. In his exclusive report for Give Me Sport, Romano confirmed that Arsenal have reached a personal agreement with Madueke for a full 5-year contract. Now, all that remains is to wait for an official agreement between the clubs and Chelsea, who reportedly have not closed the door, as long as the price is right. But that's not all. Rodrigo, a Real Madrid winger with experience on the highest stage, is also being seriously observed by the Gunners' management. Although there have been no negotiations because Madrid is still competing in the Club World Cup, Arsenal's interest is very real. Rodrigo is a versatile figure who can play in several front positions, an ideal solution for Arsenal's attack line, which last season failed to break through double digits for goals from any of its players. Interestingly, Arsenal are also approaching Victor Gyökeres from Sporting CP. If all this is realized, Arsenal could have a new trident: Rodrigo, Gyökeres, and Madueke. A combination of technique, physicality, and creativity that could be a nightmare for opposing defenses next season. Arteta knows next season is not the time to try again. And if these three players really land at the Emirates, Arsenal could change from a team almost champions to a team that is truly feared